The Fallen is a 1-minute short film about South African soldiers during World War II. I think when it comes to editing a 1-minute short film, I think you need to approach it like you would any project. You need to go through a process of looking at your footage, making sure that you get the essential bits, and then trying to structure that in some sort of order. And the first thing I did was basically I took my script and I cut the film as it was in the script, and I soon realized that it wasn't really working, that it was too long, that it was too obvious, that there was no tension, there was no the relationship between the two guys wasn't quite there. So I think from that, at least you've got a sort of a foundation that you can work from, and from then on it was just basically trying to restructure the cut. We filmed on a Friday and a Saturday, but I only started editing on the Tuesday, just because I didn't want to come home and straight away start looking at rushes and kind of have that whole, I needed a little bit of distance from the shoot to the edit. It's quite tricky when you've shot something and on set you might go, that was the take, so you automatically get into the edit suite and take that take and put it on the timeline. But meanwhile, take 1 or take 2 could just have that little gem moment in it. We shot on the Red. We got those files transcoded to high-res 4:2 QuickTimes, and I imported those directly into Final Cut. And for the online, for the grade, we took them to Searle Street and we did the grade in Lightbox. On the shoot we were very fortunate to have a sound guy there to shoot sound, just those special effects sounds. None of it was synced, so when I was cutting, I cut without any sound, but I did have a music track just to sort of, I think you look at the pictures but sound gives the emotion, and if you're trying to cut it without the sound, it doesn't always do it justice. It wasn't the final track that we used, but it does help you when you're cutting to create the right mood for your film, and also maybe helps with your timing and those sort of things. I think sound is a very important part. I think sound tells so much more of the story. Sound is able to do things that maybe a picture can't. I think the grade, I think when you're working with someone like David Grant, I mean, the guy's got so much experience that I gave him my brief, and within 5 minutes the right look was there, which was just amazing. And he managed to bring out the very subtle blue of the eyes, which I didn't ask for, but he just did it. And I think that's just great to see someone who's got so much experience just bring so much more to the table that you could ever have imagined. And sound-wise as well, with Rob, we had 2 or 3 chats beforehand. We had a few references of what we would like to do. So when I got into the first sound design session, he had already done a lot of the sound design, and it was just a matter of just tweaking, and maybe it was more about taking sound out than adding more things in. So I think that's maybe the challenge with a 1-minute film. It's trying to be as honest as you can, leaving an impact.